In this video, what we're going to be talking about is how to develop true intuition. How to have real intuition that is going to be practical in every single area of your life when it comes to making life decisions, relationships, any tough decision really that you have to make. Because we're always going to have to make decisions in life. How are you going to develop that intuition to be able to make decisions that you don't necessarily know how to make in the moment? Okay, the true key to develop intuition is first of all to realize that a lot of us are unconsciously absorbed in the thinking mind. So a lot of our attention and our focus, without us realizing it, may actually be absorbed in the thinking mind, and this is actually blocking us from our true intuition, being able to make decisions that come from a place of, being calm, being grounded in the moment, no fear, because if you're making a decision based on fear, that's not intuition. If you're making a decision that's based on anxiety, that's not intuition. If you're making a decision that's based on negative thinking, that's not intuition. So what is actually intuition even? It's really the ability to make a decision or go forward in life in any way, whatever that situation may be in that moment, to feel certain things, make a decision from that place that is not based on the conditioning of the past or a conceptualization of the future. Okay, and if it is something to do with the future, there's no fear involved with it. But it can't really be the future because the only moment that we have is right now. So the key to develop true intuition is to first of all realize that a lot of our attention and focus may be unconsciously absorbed in the thinking mind that is blocking us from the intuition. Because first of all, before I tell you how to develop intuition, well, what's the thing that's blocking your intuition? Maybe it's not about developing intuition. Maybe it's about letting go of the blocks that are blocking the intuition that will allow it to naturally arise to the surface. Have you ever thought about that? Because if you just let go, so many people try to think about, how do I get intuition? How do I connect deeper to the moment? Like, how do I gain more? How do I get more in life? Here's the thing though, is if you just let go of the anxiety, you let go of the fear, you let go of the overthinking, you learn how to be present to the moment right here, right now, and not so absorbed in the thinking, the intuition will naturally come up. You're not gonna have to control it as much. It's just gonna be there automatically because we always have our intuition. It's just blocked by all the fear and the conditioning of the mind. So let me explain a little bit deeper. When you're unconsciously absorbed in the thinking mind, without realizing it, this includes a lot of anxiety, fear, and worry, and dis-ease, and impatience, and not being content with the moment. When you're present to the moment, there's a sense of peace that comes with that. There's a sense of being connected to the beauty and the aliveness of the moment. No fear. There's not a lot of fear in that state of being present to the moment. You're connected to being right here, right now. You're connected to the beauty and the the aliveness, the beauty, and everything's just so awesome when you're connected to the moment. Okay, and when you're connected to that place, that is where your true intuition actually comes out, because you can make a decision based on right there, that moment, not necessarily based on any feelings that you have, because the feeling can be deceptive, very deceptive. Like, what if that feeling is based on conditioning from the past? So true intuition is to acknowledge and have awareness of those feelings. Notice that they are just feelings, because it's not about suppressing feelings. It's not about making decisions that are based on feelings, because your feelings can always change. How can you trust your feelings? What if your feelings are based on some kind of anxiety, fear, and worry about projecting into the future and the past, and then you make a decision based on that? Is that going to be, can you really trust your feelings at that point? So the key is to have awareness and acknowledge the feelings that you're feeling. Take a step back for a moment, become the observer of those feelings, become the observer of your thoughts, acknowledge those feelings, get closer to the present moment as much as you can in that moment. That's where your true intuition comes out. That is true intuition. If you connect to that part of yourself, your ability to make decisions will be way better, way easier to make decisions. You're not going to be blocked by the anxiety and the fear and the worry. You're going to acknowledge the feelings as they come up. Notice that they are just feelings that may have been conditioned from the past, and then now you have the ability to make the decisions that you are actually, wanting to make, because that's where true intuition comes from. It's just the ability to be very connected to the moment. And so when I started to observe my thoughts in meditation 3 years ago, when I started meditating every single day 3 years ago, what I learned is how to observe my thoughts rather than be attached to them. To observe my emotions rather than be attached to them. And so when I learned how to observe my thoughts, I started to notice that a lot of those thoughts were happening on autopilot, unconsciously, without me realizing it. They were just happening on autopilot, and I didn't realize that they were happening, and they were controlling my decisions automatically, blocking my intuition from actually happening, because when I'm in this autopilot state, there's no room for intuition because it's all happening automatically. There's no room to say, like, wait a second, what kind of a decision should I make in this moment? And this isn't going to be verbalized in that way. It's just going to be connected to the moment, not necessarily thinking as much, making a decision from that place. Okay, when I learned how to observe my thoughts, I could acknowledge my feelings, acknowledge those thoughts, realize that they're not necessarily who I am, but they may have been thoughts and patterns that have been conditioned from the past, and I'm bringing them to the moment. When I became aware of that and I began to connect deeper to the moment, what I found is that I can actually make real decisions that are based on the intuition of what is happening right now, and my life began to become a lot more practical. Because I wasn't bogged down by the future or the past, I can make a decision based on being right here, right now. Consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell, because I post a video every single day that is based on connecting deeper to the moment. Connecting to the moment, letting go of all these unnecessary thoughts. Have yourself a great day, and see you in the next video. And that train totally messed up my ending, by the way.